April is serving up a wild mix of co-op and multiplayer games, and we're talking about some seriously different flavors. So, whether you're into blowing things up, sneaking around, or just causing chaos with friends, there is something here for you. What if World of Tanks suddenly decided that Transformers are cooler than, well, tanks? That's where Steel Hunters comes in. Launching into early access on Steam on April 2nd, Steel Hunters is Wargaming Group's freshest attempt at shaking up the mecha shooter genre, with a blend of battle royale, MOBA and extraction mechanics. For you that means get in, get the loot, and most importantly, get out again, if you can. That might not be the newest gameplay concept, and maybe you have already had enough of this genre, but hear us out. Steel Hunters does bring some new elements to the table, especially since it really is being developed by the studio behind World of Tanks and World of Warships. Per match, there are 12 players in 6 teams of 2. You and your co-op partner will need to strategize, knowing when to push for fights and when to lay low, all while AI-controlled enemies in the PvE portion of the game complicate your plans. Oh, and did we mention the destruction? Because Steel Hunters isn't just about shooting, it's about leaving a mark. Buildings, structures, 1 second it's there, then your mecha happens, and it's all just flattened wasteland. That really makes you feel like a war machine, which you are, playing one of the 7 hunters, each specialized in something, like Ursus, the resilient armored warbear. As we said, Steel Hunters will first enter early access, and surprisingly, it will do so without monetization. Even the first Battle Pass will be free for all players, with plans for the typical sort of Battle Pass later on, with paid premium and free tiers. So what do you think? Does the emphasis on 2-player teams and destruction-heavy combat make Steel Hunters stand out enough? Or is it just another mecha game in a crowded genre? But now, forget run and gun like in Steel Hunters. This is more like crawl and hide. Commandos Origins brings back the tactical stealth gameplay of the classic series, where every move counts, every mistake is costly, and every mission is a puzzle waiting to be cracked. Dropping on April 9th, Commando Origins brings back the legendary tactical stealth series, serving as a prequel to the original games. This entry brings back 6 infamous franchise characters, including Jack O'Hara and Thomas Hancock. These aren't your average soldiers. Each one brings unique skills to the battlefield, and you'll need every single one of them to complete your missions. With 14 missions spanning the Arctic, Africa and Europe, Commandos Origins sticks to what made the originals great: meticulously planned stealth, strategic positioning, and multiple ways to approach each objective. Whether you're sneaking past guards, driving stolen vehicles, or ziplining into enemy bases, the game rewards careful planning over brute force. And for those who prefer teamwork, the game offers a cooperative 2-player mode, both online and in local split screen, letting you and a friend plan these operations together. The game runs on Unreal Engine 5, giving it modern visuals while preserving the original series' iconic art style. Full camera rotation, interactive environments, and a highlight feature for key objects make it more accessible than ever, without losing the look and challenge that fans love. And speaking of fans, early reactions have been largely positive, with players excited to see the franchise return while maintaining its classic tactical depth. Commandos Origins will come out on April 9th on PC, the PS4 and 5 and the Xboxes. What if you and your friends were the most notorious thieves in the world? Sneaking through high-security mansions, cracking safes, and slipping away into the night with the loot? Sounds exhilarating, right? Just like Mission Impossible. Well, but this actually is not impossible, because that's exactly the kind of high-stakes chaos Monaco 2 is bringing when it drops on Steam on April 10th. It supports both local and online multiplayer for up to 4 players. The original Monaco What's Yours is Mine was a beloved indie gem of a game, letting players pull off pixelated heists with a stylish top-down perspective and a cast of quirky criminals. Now it's back with a sequel, and they're not just giving us more of the same. They are stepping up the game in every way. This time, we're still in Monaco, the playground of the rich, but everything is bigger, bolder, and thanks to the new 3D visuals, more polished than ever. You'll once again assemble your crew of international masterminds, each with their own special skills, and pull off daring heists across the city. The twist? The levels are procedurally generated, meaning no two heists will play out the same. One run might have you slipping past distracted guards in a posh casino, while the next could see you frantically escaping through underground tunnels when everything inevitably goes wrong. Planning is key, and that's where the new Blueprint mode comes in. Before you even step foot inside the target location, you can scope out the layout and strategize. But let's be honest, when do plans ever go smoothly? Ever had a neighbor you just couldn't stand? Maybe they mow their lawn at sunrise, throw weird barbecues, or decide to renovate their home on Sunday each week. Now imagine if you could settle the score with traps, barricades, and all-out suburban warfare. Well, guess what? Neighbors Suburban Warfare lets you do just that, without the risk of actual property damage. Coming April 17, Neighbors Suburban Warfare is a chaotic, team-based PvP game that turns the friendly suburban neighborhood into a tactical battleground. Picture Rainbow Six Siege, but instead of SWAT teams and terrorists, it's Grandma Doreen going for hand-to-hand combat. Or Chad with his vacuum cleaner in overdrive. The game takes place in the city of Hartsville, where players choose from 8 neighbors, each with their own unique items and abilities. Your goal? Fortify your home, gather resources, and outwit your opponents using an arsenal of unconventional tools. We're talking about bear traps placed behind your fence, high-pressure sprinklers, and yes, even a battle-ready lawnmower. There are multiple game modes from Total Destruction to Steal the Gnome, where you have to protect your sacred lawn ornament or snatch it from someone else's yard. Each match is a mix of strategy, sabotage, and good old-fashioned neighborly spite. The game supports online multiplayer for up to 8 players, and it's coming to Steam in early access. Beta impressions suggest it's as ridiculous as it sounds, in the best way possible. So, the real question is, do you have what it takes to become the ultimate suburban champion? What if you could play a tabletop RPG without spending half the night setting up? No expensive stacks of rulebooks, no lost dice, and no forgetting their character sheets at home. Just you, your friends, and your phones jumping straight into adventure. That's exactly what Thunderfolk is trying to pull off, and honestly, it might just work. Launching on April 23rd, Thunderfolk is a turn-based tactical RPG designed to capture the feel of classic tabletop games, but with a more digital twist. Instead of pen and paper or controllers, you use your smartphone or tablet to manage your character and their abilities, inventory, and even your choices. Up to 4 players can jump in for a couch co-op adventure right there in the living room. Only one player needs to buy the base game, which will be available on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series and cost around $50. The game drops you into the mystical village of Arden, built around a powerful resource called Brightstone. As one of 6 heroes, you'll defend the village from external threats, rebuild what's lost, and earn upgrades along the way. And since all your abilities are tied to skill cards, there's a strong deck building element that lets you customize your playstyle. You can choose from 6 classes, including a fiery salamander specialized in pyromancy or a sneaky little weasel rogue. One of the most exciting parts? The whole game feels like a modern spin on a traditional RPG campaign. Between quests, you will return to Arden to upgrade shops, interact with the townsfolk, and unlock new gear. Right now, there's a limited time demo available through Nvidia's GeForce Now, running until April 7th. So, if you're curious, you can test it out before the full launch. For years, RTS fans have been asking, where are the real strategy games? Turns out, the answer was hiding in plain sight. Tempest Rising isn't just reviving classic RTS mechanics. It's bringing them into the modern age with deeper tactics, dynamic battles, and a world that's as mysterious as it is deadly. Launching April 24th, Tempest Rising is a real-time strategy game from the folks behind Ghost Runner. It's a love letter to classic RTS games like Command & Conquer, just with an up-to-date look, feel, and performance. The game drops you into an alternate universe Earth in the 90s, where an escalated war has left the planet in ruins. There are 3 asymmetrical factions, with 2 of them playable on launch, each with a distinct playstyle for combat, economy and strategy. All are battling for control over a mysterious resource called Tempest Vines. These have beneficial electrical properties, making them extremely valuable and possibly the key to global domination. In true RTS fashion, you'll build bases, gather resources, and command armies across 2 separate 11-mission campaigns. Multiplayer fans aren't left out either. The game features ranked matchmaking alongside skirmishes and custom games. Tempest Rising is tapping into nostalgia while bringing modern production values to the table. The big question is, can it recapture that old-school RTS magic, or are we just chasing memories? If you've been waiting for a new RTS to sink your teeth into, this might be the one to watch out for. There is something truly beautiful about old folklore. Strange creatures lurking in the woods, whispered legends of ancient powers, the idea that the land itself remembers things we've long forgotten. Eidigard takes those stories and throws you right into the middle of them. Only this time, you're not just listening, you're living them. If you loved playing Valheim in co-op but ran out of new things to do, or you bit your teeth out in the Ashlands biome and now want to heal your burned wounds, our next game is right here to fill the needs for a new Viking-themed RPG. Arriving April 29th, Eidigard is inspired by Norwegian and Sami mythology, the indigenous people living in northern Norway. You play as a shape-shifting mercenary in a world torn apart by plague and clan rivalries. And yes, when we say shape-shifting, we mean actually turning into animals. Different forms give you different abilities, letting you tackle quests, combat, and exploration in unique ways. The game isn't just about fighting legendary beasts like trolls and vetirs though. You'll also reclaim abandoned farms, turning them into bases, and navigate the delicate web of clan politics. Your choices will shape relationships, shift alliances, and affect how the story unfolds. It's an RPG that blends action, strategy, and diplomacy, all wrapped in a world of Scandinavian folklore. The co-op is a major focus here, allowing players to team up with up to 6 friends and explore this dark and mystical world together. So, after all that, which game has caught your eye the most? Are you jumping into Steel Hunter's mecha battles, testing your friendships with Monaco 2's high-stakes heists, or settling old scores in Neighbor's suburban warfare? Whatever it is, April is looking pretty solid for co-op fans. Let us know which one you're most excited for. But that's all for this month. We wish you loads of fun in co-op with your favorite people, and we'll see you again in the next one.